GameStars.com.
What's going on, YouTube? Hey, I promised you guys a tutorial of how to transition to PC. Now, this is going to be pretty basic, and I'm pretty much only going to address the keyboard aspect because the mouse aspect it's a touchy subject, and I'll go into a little bit of detail later in this video. But for the most part, I've always had people tell me the most complicated thing about PC gaming is the keyboard, which there's more buttons to keyboard than a controller. Yes, I understand that. The hardest part really isn't the keyboard. It's going to be the mouse, and when everything's said and done, it's going to be the mouse. It's an FPS. It's going to be your reaction, your precision, your aim, all of that is going to play a factor when it becomes a high tier play. But for the keyboard aspect, one thing you need to understand is you get all of your key bindings in the same area of the keyboard. Now, it doesn't matter where on this keyboard you set all these key bindings. Just stick with it. Don't keep changing shit. And make sure they're all within the same vicinity. So, for example, Nikki, and I've seen other people do this too, they'll set their key bindings over here on the arrow keys, which sort of makes sense. But most FPS games, they have more than 4 buttons, obviously, to be able to do. And I see Nikki, her prone button is backspace. Now, you're moving around fine with these, sweet. It makes sense. They're arrow keys. Up arrow means you're going forward, down arrow means you're going backwards. Sweet, okay. But when you decide to go prone and you leave these buttons, that's downtime. In an FPS, especially in a arena shooter, you're always going to want to keep moving. You want to be a hard target to hit. So once you stop moving to hit prone and then come back to the keys, someone could come around the corner and pop your ass. Me, my prone button, I reach with control. So you'll see my pinky reach down there, go prone. But my hand, my other 3 fingers are on my movement keys still. So if I decide to go prone and I see somebody, I can get up right away and move. So, it comes down to the seconds, sometimes milliseconds, especially in high tier play, where you don't want to be stuck in that vulnerability. So most FPS players, especially if they have a hand cam in the PC scene, default on FPS games as well, your strafe buttons are A and D. So to move left, you're going to hit A. To move right, you're going to hit D. I've trained myself to do E. No specific reason, it's just what I'm used to. I've seen people have their movement keys in the middle of the keyboard. I've seen people have their movement keys on home, end, page down, and delete. It's all preference, even the keypad. Whatever you decide to choose, stick with it, roll with it, and over time, it'll become second nature. Again, it's muscle memory. So, for forward, my sprint is shift. Again, I can hit shift and control while moving still. So I'm not vulnerable at all. My slide is alt. I'm playing Infinite Warfare, so I'm just going to be giving you the key bindings that I have for Infinite Warfare. And if you notice, my thumb is always resting on the spacebar. And my slide is next to the spacebar, alt. You guys notice that all of these keys are within the same vicinity. My specialist, my rig, my rewind is 1. So, hit it like that. Hit it with my ring finger. My cancel reload, YY, whatever you guys want to call it, is number 2. It's right next to my rewind. Now, when I came back to PC and started playing Call of Duty, especially with Black Ops 3, I was hitting these 2 buttons at the same time, or I was hitting these buttons in the middle. I would press them both. and it would mess me up. So with me kinetic armor on Black Ops 3, I would hit kinetic and this at the same time, and I pull out my damn fists, which was counterproductive because, well, I pop kinetic to survive a gunfight, but I also have my fists. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna reach into a soul? So that's a problem with a lot of people coming to PC and learning keyboard, and I'm guilty of it when I first started. Everybody's guilty of it. It's just something that you're gonna have to do over time, repeatedly, and you'll learn not to do it. So that's a good thing to consider. Don't get mad that you fat finger other keys. It's gonna happen, and pretty much what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to go into a private match, let's say Call of Duty, and you're not gonna want to play against anybody. You're not gonna want to try to aim. You're just gonna want to try to navigate the map with all of these movements that I'm doing. You guys see me doing stream and whatnot, without looking at the keyboard at all. And when you think you're comfortable with that, load up some bots, very easy bots, and you're going to want to try to keep moving, and you're going to want to try to aim at some of them, try to kill them with these movements without looking at your keyboard. Okay? Simple stuff, but like I said, some people don't even know where to start with it. So I hope this helped you keyboard-wise. I said I was going to discuss a little bit about the mouse. Several people have come into my stream over the years. I wouldn't actually say several. I've hundreds of people ask, like, hey man, what's your sensitivity? Especially on console. And now I'm getting it on PC. It is a useless question to ask any player. And whether other streamers or YouTubers give you their answer, it will not help you in the slightest. You will not have my muscle memory. I have their muscle memory. And with PC, there's so many variables. With console, now they've come with vertical and horizontal sensitivities. So it's a little bit different than the past, but PC is on a whole nother level. You have your Windows sensitivity, you have your mouse accel, you have your DPI. You might have a different sensitivity within your mouse software. All of these variables come into play. With me, it's very hard to tell somebody that I'm playing on a high DPI with mouse accel, low in-game sensitivity. Yeah, that's another thing. You get your in-game sensitivity as well. All of these variables come into play where you will not have my muscle memory. It will not benefit you in the slightest. Same thing on the fucking sticks. Muscle memory in the thumbs. You will not be able to play on max sensitivity until you practice. Practice, practice, practice. I can give you this advice. If you start off, naturally you're going to want to start off with a very slow sensitivity. But not too slow to where you can't turn on somebody shooting you in the back. I've seen it on console plenty of times. You guys have seen it on stream. I laugh at it all the fucking time. I have these people try to run 2 to 3 sensitivity, and they're getting shot in the back, and they're doing this, trying to come up to you and shoot you. Before that, they're dead. You know? Slow sensitivity will definitely help you long range, and it'll help you stay on target, sometimes even at close range if you decide to hip fire somebody. But especially in a pub scenario, you're going to want to be able to check your corners and get back in front, pretty much where you're headed. So let's say I'm going to head to the lemon, okay? Coming through here, there's going to be a guy there. You're going to want to be able to check that corner, pop him, and get back into center. Because I say the lemon over here is because this is the spawn area over here. So let's say there's nobody there in that corner. You're going to want to check it and get back over there quick. Or if someone's over here in that corner, or this corner, you're gonna be you want to be able to respond in time to check and get back where you're headed. And slow sensitivity, great if you're trying to aim. Stay with the sensitivity. Whatever sensitivity you choose, stay with it. Stay with it until it feels too slow for you. That's my only advice that I could give you guys. Stick with the sensitivity until it's too slow for you. If you think you can handle a higher sensitivity, bump it up. When you bump it up, your aim is going to suffer a lot, especially long range. But again, you're going to want to stick with the sensitivity until you get it down. Naturally, in a playable environment with actual players, you will want to be able to react quick with, let's say this, okay? I'll give you an example here. Guy up here, guy coming down there, guy over here to the left, okay? So I hear somebody up in the window, jump up, pop them. You're going to want to be able to switch to this guy as quick as possible. Reaction time is key, especially on PC. So pop, back over there, pop. You don't know he's coming over there, but you see him on the UAV. It's all hypothetical again. You pop him here. Now this is when you're vulnerable, okay? I said there's a guy coming here. That's when response time is key. So pop, pop, pop. You're going to be able to want to do that as quick as possible. Later on, you don't want to be working on that right now. So if you feel comfortable with the movement keys, sweet. Navigate the maps for a while. Throw in some easy ass bots. Practice with them while you're moving. You're going to want to be able to do everything that you see in this video right now without looking at the keyboard. Pretty simple shit, but it should help you guys. Anybody that's new, anybody that's leaving console to try to come play PC, or anybody that's just curious, you know, you might not be moving to PC permanently. It's just something like you want to play with your favorite streamer, maybe. Oh, pretty easy stuff. It took me a while just to do this little circular movement with the keys. It's actually pretty hard to do at first if you guys are new, but over time you're going to want to be able to do it quicker and quicker and quicker. Whenever you're in gunfights, you're going to always want to keep strafing or jumping around. Or with this game, there's so many scenarios you could do within a gunfight. You could jump up on a wall, turn, fly up. You could slide in, hop, go prone. I've seen people drop shot in this game. I've done it a few times just for shits and giggles. But all of these movements will have to be fluid. No downtime. You don't want to reach for keys. Stay within one side of the keyboard, whether it's on the left side, the middle, the right side, whichever. And this all should help you learn damn keyboard. Might do a video later on down the road for the mouse. It's very hard to go in depth with the mouse, like I said, with the muscle memory and whatnot. But I'll sit here and try to think of ways I can pass on some knowledge to you guys. I have quite a bit of experience in PC gaming. Played Quake for 10 years in the past before I came to console. Came to console during COD 4, but I played console prior to that. I played PS2. I played Quake on that. Played Quake Revolution. Played Black. All of those games never had aim assist and whatnot. But I played them quite a bit with my friends. So, playing Quake for 10 years, and then coming back to PC last year for Black Ops 3, the keyboard is just, it's second nature. Pretty cake. This, on the other hand, was a struggle. And I mean a struggle. Watch my past broadcasts at the beginning of Black Ops 3. Oh, it was a struggle. So, I hope this video helped you guys. Like it. It's kind of a long video. I wanted to keep it shorter, but I kind of wanted to go into as much detail as possible with the keyboard. And I promise the keyboard isn't the hardest thing for PC. Tell your friends about the video if they're thinking about coming to PC, or if they try to give you the excuse that I said in this video, oh man, keyboard's so complicated, it looks intimidating, blah blah blah. Show them this video. Shouldn't be too hard, man. Till next time, nighty night, keep your butthole tight. Deuces.